What's going on, family? You already know the motto: stay woke, stay strong, stay focused, and stay positive. Either you have peace or you create peace. It's that simple. So I actually had an interesting discussion yesterday with a young king. And a lot of y'all always know or think like, why you always call everybody young? Well, it's not to say y'all young. It's just, for me, that's more of a proper term than calling somebody, an old king or et cetera, et cetera. So, at the end of the day, we always got to remember that we're infinite beings, and by that being stated, as in we don't have a lifespan, but to get straight into the topic, as me and him was having a discussion, he was saying, you doing well, I don't think he said I was doing witchcraft, and this is not to call him out. This is just to saying that this was the enemy's plan all along. The first thing is to seek and destroy. It's seek and destroy all knowledge. The moment you destroy knowledge and knowledge yourself, then you no longer know who you are. So he had asked, or he said, he said, the stuff you doing is witchcraft, crystals, and acknowledging your own power. That's all demonic. And first of all, I asked him, how so is that demonic? He said, that goes against the commandments. I said, okay, which one? I don't remember the number he said. I don't know if it was one or whatever number, but he said, one of the commandments said something about, they led him to mingling with strange gods and, convinced, what was the word? They, what was it? They got him to go to jealousy and et cetera, et cetera. And so I asked him, I said, okay, so by realizing my own power, you're telling me I'm mingling with gods and I'm driven to jealousy, and you're telling me crystals are demonic. When the Bible itself speaks about crystals, and it's Exodus, is how you put Exodus 28:17, I believe. 17 or 7. But it's Exodus 28 for sure, chapter 28, either it's verse 7 or verse 17. But what I'm stating is, listen, this is what it's all about. For all y'all that are convinced crystals are evil, crystals can be used for evil, anything can be used for evil. The Bible has been used for evil. Man made swords to defend each other, or excuse me, to defend whatever property they had, and now swords became used for evil. So I want y'all to always know something. If the enemy can cause confusion within your life, then that's an easier person to destroy. The enemy knows all too well about a lot of crystals out here that offers protection. The enemy knows that there's crystals out here that blocks negativity. The enemy knows out here that there's crystals out here that block against energy vampires. So if let's really think about it from the enemy side of view. If I know that all these if all these crystals can prevent someone or can give somebody protection, and crystals obviously are easy to get nowadays, then what would I do? The first thing I would do is try to destroy someone's mind, body, spirit. As far as confusion, let them know they don't have no power. Two, let them know crystals is demonic. Anything that's meant for protection against spiritual warfare, the enemy's going to convince y'all that it's demonic. So, this is where I want to get y'all into your own power. He said by acknowledging that you have your own power, that's demonic. I said, how? He said, because you're not acknowledging that, you're not acknowledging the source power. I said, so let me get this right. I know my power comes from the Most High. But see, my thing is, as far as people that are Christian, Baptist, etc., don't just go to church. Read the book itself. Jesus himself said, as far as for you Christians, in the book of the Bible, Jesus said, when he healed the blind man, he said, you can heal yourself if only you believe. So Jesus right then and there was acknowledging that you guys have the same power I do, but you gotta acknowledge that power. You gotta pull yourself out of all the worldly views. You gotta eat correctly. Um, you gotta always stay in a positive mindset. And just like I tell people, do you think it just so happened that, as far as what the Bible says, Jesus disappeared for 18 years? Why? Because I believe without a doubt in my mind that he went somewhere where he could unlearn everything he was learning. Because born into this world, you're surrounded by demons, you're surrounded by energy vampires, you're surrounded by so much negativity, you're surrounded by poisonous foods, you're surrounded by poisonous water. So in that situation, Jesus had to go somewhere where he was away from poisonous foods. He was raised from away from negativity. He was away from poisonous water or poison water. And so, whenever you go somewhere and you untrain your mind from all the negativity you've taught, from all the anger and all that, then that's when you start to tap into your own power. So, I just wanted to make that quick video, to kind of talk to Young King about that. There's nothing demonic about realizing the power within you. If God said I created man in my image, do you think a being of that magnitude or that type of power will create somebody degular? I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. So yeah, by all means, Young King, please, I kind of see like we lost touch. I don't know if your page got deleted or whatever. But please reach back out. I'm always Always willing to talk to someone and address any questions or concerns. If anybody have any questions or concerns, or want to address any topics in mind or want me to address something, please send me a message. Trust and believe, me and my angels and ancestors are always willing to address any questions or concerns and help you along your spiritual path. So y'all already know the motto: stay woke, stay strong, stay focused, and stay positive. Always remember, without a doubt, either you have peace or you create peace.